Hello, Mid-Michigan, and welcome to high school softball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We're not behind the plate today. We are down the first baseline. As you could hear me saying, there's a chance I could get smoked by an overthrow from second to first. We'll see how that goes here today. But we have got a special matchup here today. We have got the number 6 ranked team in the state in Division III going up against the number 6 ranked team in Division IV. It's the Beal City Aggies. It's the Everett Wildcats coming up here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. This is the Woods Household pregame show. We've got some incredible players, some incredible batting averages that we're going to be talking about through the day, and we're also going to be battling the wind a little bit as well. And I'm right down the first baseline, just outside the Beal City Lady Aggies dugout as we get ready for action here. But I'm going to move a little bit further down. Can't really tuck up against the dugout here to make sure we can get that whole infield view in. If you look closely, you can see first base, you can see second base, you can see third, you can see home as well. But, well, you can also see just a little bit of that yellow guard as well, too, for the fencing because, well, things are going to be tight here today as things come over towards first base. You could hear me throwing the headset trying to save the camera for a foul ball as well. But we are here for the action. As I said, a big-time matchup with these two. You have got Beal City coming in at 6-2 and coming in undefeated 13-0 are the Lady Wildcats of Everett. But even, Coach Gray told me Beal City's probably played a bit tougher of a schedule. This will be the biggest game of the year for the Lady Wildcats of Everett. And for the Beal City Aggies, they come in at 6-2. They split last week with Leroy Pine River. Their only other loss way at the beginning of the year to Saginaw Swan Valley, who is now one of the ranked teams all the way up in a Division II. And so, the only losses for this Beal City girls team to a really good Pine River team and a really highly ranked Division II squad in Saginaw Swan Valley. So I'm expecting a great battle here today, but we have got another one of the best pitchers in the state that we'll see this year. I feel like I've been so fortunate, been able to see Maylee Aiken, I have been able to see Kylie Wyman, I've been able to see Lou Curtis, I have been able to see Emma Block, I've been able to see so many great pitchers here in the Mid-Michigan area. Marin Wheaton, Savannah Jones add into that mix as well. And we're going to see another great one here today in Miss Kyrah Gray. We'll talk about her and a little bit more on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. But first, we are going to take a break. It is the Woods Household pregame show as we get things ready to go here at Everett High School. The Lady Aggies taking on the Lady Wildcats again. I'm right down the first baseline. You could get some really, really funny commentary, possibly, with something getting, smoked foul and your boy having to jump out of the way, maybe testing out those hands. I stopped playing baseball in 4th grade, so I don't think things would go very well for me. Going to take a break. This is the Woods Household pregame show here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back with more right after this.
Hey guys, it's Tanya from Clark Modular Homes. I'm here to talk to you today about who we are and what we do. Clark's opened in 1983 and has been centrally located right here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have one of the largest display centers with around 12 to 15 homes on display all year round. We have a fully experienced staff. We also have an in-house project manager who can pull our permits and coordinate our job from start to finish. We are proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are our own contractor, making it a one-stop shop for you for your home building needs. As the owner would say, we can do it all.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7 and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Blackco Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blackco Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Pure sportsmanship is the most important thing in high school sports. When it comes to your home or business, Pure Plumbing just might be the most important thing. If your plumbing isn't Pure, don't worry, no one needs to see the other angle. For Pure Plumbing, call 989-644-8928 or visit mipureplumbing.com. Block Electric Company in Wademan has been powering Michigan for over 30 years. There's no job too big or too small for Block Electric Company, like an entire school or something simple at the home, like making sure the outdoor lighting, thermostat, or ceiling fan is installed professionally. Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric Company, and go Aggies.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Much love going out to our friends, Gates Drilling and Service, Barberry Law, Bill's Custom Fab, The Bird All-American Grill, our friends at Clark Modular Homes, Weefrich Financial, sponsor of the Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game. Also loved Woods Household Appliance, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Malley Construction, J&J Auto, Blackco Pools and Spas, along with our friends at Weber Brothers Sawmill, Konwitzki Construction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, and Bryce Up to Grab, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, our sponsor of Closing the Deal. We are just about all set. Beal City just got their warm-ups in. The Everett Wildcats out there getting their warm-ups in. And before I headed to break, I mentioned all the great pitching that I've been able to see in the Mid-Michigan area. And it's going to be another really, really good one today with Kyrah Gray in the circle. She is headed to Ferris State University next year to continue her softball career in the circle. And what's really, really special about her and this Everett lineup is their batting average. We've got some of the averages for each one of the schools, and I said it in the pregame. I'll say it again here in the pregame. Woods also pregame show. I'll say it a few times throughout the day as well. Everett is an absolute powerhouse, but they have not played the schedule Beal City has, and so Kyrah Gray on the year is hitting .659. It's not non-base percentage. That is just her batting average. Madison Teeton will be hitting third. She hits .667 on the year. Quincy Gray, who will be hitting in the cleanup spot, .568. Jillian Decker at .567. And so just a powerhouse lineup, but very similar from when you turn it over to Beal City. Dakota Dodak, .458. Lauren Groves, .500. Emma Block, .478. Ariana Brown, .440. Addie Sanders at .316. And so, again, two powerhouse lineups. Kyrah Gray is one of the absolute best pitchers in the state, but she even knows coming into a Beal City game, she's probably going to give up a run or two. And so, again, I'm expecting a special one here today. Emma Block in the circle is going to have to do her thing and do her thing at the plate. Last year when I called this game, I want to say it was something like a 6-4 final or 8-4 final. Say Ariana Brown had a home run, and I think she just missed a couple home runs as well. They didn't pitch to her last time she came to the plate, and Kyrah Gray definitely did her thing as well for the Everett Wildcats. So it is going to be a good one here today with two great girls in the circle who, again, this could be a 10-9 game. This could be a 9-8 game. And both pitchers pitched absolutely fantastic. That's the type of lineups that we got here today with these two squads. It's the Beal City Aggies, the Lady Wildcats of Everett, coming up here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the lineups for these two teams. They are absolutely stacked. Back with more Beal City Lady Aggie softball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Jenna Gates.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years. We have all seen this sticker, maybe in Mount Pleasant, Beal City, Ithaca, or Traverse City. There is a reason you see that sticker everywhere. That's because Dick Silva Auto Sales has been selling sharp used cars and trucks for 3 generations. Stop in to see the Silva family in downtown Shepherd for your next low-mileage, immaculate car and see why they're known for over 40 years of fantastic customer service. Or you can view their inventory now at DickSilvaAutoSales.com. Dick Silva Auto Sales, selling sharp used cars and trucks and supporting sharp student athletes. Powell Frame and Collision knows we all spend a lot of time looking out the windshield. So if yours gets cracked, dented, damaged, or destroyed, Powell Frame and Collision, along with their expert collision service, now offers expert auto glass replacement. Working with insurance, they can replace all makes and all models, including new advanced driver assistance system windshields. Mention you saw this ad and you get $100 off of your windshield replacement. Powell Frame and Collision, downtown Shepherd. For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit ENS Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. ENS Graphics, printing all things physical.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Well, welcome back to it on this Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We are getting ready for the action. The Lady Aggies of Beal City set to take on the Everett Wildcats. It appears the sun is peeking out here for just a moment. Boy, that would be nice if it stayed out for a little bit, because it is a little chilly out here, a little windy out here. Again, we're going to do everything we can to block and battle that wind. Beal City, Everett, both teams come in ranked in their respective divisions. Everett is ranked number 6 in Division 3. Beal City is ranked number 6 in Division 4. So when you come into a matchup where you have 2 teams that have hopes of winning state championships, they're also in the same conference. They play every single year. There's a lot on the line. This is going to be a good one. Your starters for the Lady Aggies will start at the plate as the away team. It's Dakota Dodak leading things off, wearing number 1, playing in center field. Madison Fisher will be hitting in the second spot here today, wearing number 16, playing in left field. Lauren Gross will be batting third, playing second base, wearing number 2. Emma Block will be hitting in the cleanup spot. She is in the circle, wearing number 9. Ariana Brown will be playing at third base, hitting in the 5th spot, wearing number 10. Beth Block will be hitting in the 6th spot, playing behind the plate, catching for her sister, wearing number 13. Hitting 7th, wearing number 7 is Addie Sanders. She's playing at shortstop. Hayden McLaughlin is playing at first base, wearing number 18. She will be playing, playing first base, batting 8th. Actually, I wrote down first base for her number 2, and it looked like 18. Everybody can laugh at me there a little bit. Hayden McLaughlin playing first base, wearing number 22 out there for the Lady Aggies. And then batting 9th, Miss Aubrey Thielen. She will be playing out in right field. We got the meeting of the minds happening right now, and I don't know if we're going to have an anthem or not here at Everett High School. So what we're going to do is send it out to one more commercial break here. We could come back ready for the first pitch, could come back in the middle of the anthem. We're going to kind of learn what's rolling together. Instead, baseball, softball is always a little bit different. Let's get ready to roll. Beal City taking on Everett, coming right up here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We'll be back with first pitch right after this.
Hi, I'm attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary, he can be yours too.
Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Bogwai Banga and Bradley on Main Street in Mount Pleasant provides uncompromising integrity when providing tax and accounting services to individuals and small businesses in the Mid-Michigan area. Bogwai Banga and Bradley has an expert CPA ready to help you, whether you're an individual that needs help with taxes or a business that needs help with, well, just about everything. Bogwai Banga and Bradley is a leader in the community and a proud supporter of local high school sports. And ladies and gentlemen, much love to Bogwai, Banga, and Bradley. But as you can see, we are ready to roll. Beal City Evart, things are underway. First pitch is going to miss. Ball one. So the leadoff hitter for the Beal City Aggies, Miss Dakota Dodak. Here comes the second pitch from Kyrah Gray. That one's also going to miss. Going to get away from the catcher Elder there for just a moment. 2-0 now the count to Dakota Dodak. Beal City Evart. Just had one of the umpires come up to me and talk about, oh boy, one of the biggest games in the state here today, and that is right. It's Beal City, it's Evart here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. That one will be down the middle now with 2-1 count to Dakota Dodak. Leadoff hitter here for the Aggies. Plays center field, a .458 batting average on the young season. Kyrah Gray winds and deals with the 2-1. It's going to be popped up high in the air. And again, we've only got that field, the view of the infield. This one's actually going to get down just in the outfield for a base hit. Again, not the perfect vantage point for a one-man broadcast here today, as I'm not even really close enough to that camera to kind of move it around a whole lot. That's why I joked you could hear me flipping off the headset and running over to try and save that camera if we've got a foul ball headed this way. Runner on first base for the Aggies. Big to have that leadoff hitter on for Madison Fisher. Dodak at first base after the pop single. And the Spockman box score's got that ruled as a single. The official box score may have that ruled as an error. That one's going to be over for a strike. 1-1 now the count to Madison Fisher. Runner on first for the Aggies. Nobody out. Again, do my best to keep up on that scoreboard. I think we'll do fine with the runs, the outs, and the inning. Here comes the bunt. It's a really good one. Throw over to first. Will be in time to get Fisher. Trying to lean off of first to maybe, or lean off second, going to third was Dodak, but she's back in time. So a sacrifice bunt there from Madison Fisher moves Dodak up to second base, bringing Lauren Gross to the plate, who's hitting .500 on the year. Now one down here in the top of the first. That runner now on second base for the Aggies. Number 3 hitter Lauren Gross at the dish for Beal City. Gross is going to pop this one up on the infield. Again, not an easy play with all the wind out here, but it's caught at short by Decker. And so a big out there for Kyrah Gray. That'll bring Emma Block to the plate. Now 2 down. Runner remains at second base for the Lady Aggies. Block with a drive to the outfield here. Could still definitely drive in Dodak with her speed at second base. She's going to take the first pitch. It's in for a strike. Kyrah Gray walks back to the circle, now walks back to the middle. Again, she's the type of girl that strike out 15, 20 a game. Probably not against this lineup of Beal City. Block swinging and missing on that one. 0-2 the count. 2 down, top of the first inning. Beal City threatening with a runner on second base. Emma Block at the plate. Dodak ready to sprint away from second if there's a pass ball. That's going to be down the middle for strike 3, looking for a block, and so they're going to leave one on base at second after the base hit. And again, the Spockman box score's got it as a base hit, probably ruled as an error in an official box score. But now due up for Evart, it's going to be Kyrah Gray, Kira Elder, and Madison Teat, a big-time part of the lineup here. And as we head to the bottom of the first inning, we'll keep things right here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. If you're Evart, you feel really good about that. Leadoff runner gets on, but again, with these two lineups, there's going to be girls on base all day long, I would imagine. Much love to Mount Pleasant Public Schools, Martinez Lawn Care, Bogwai, Banga, and Bradley, Powell Frame and Collision, Dixon Auto Sales, Brickner and Bunker Farm Bureau Insurance Group, Block Electric, The Diner, WW Construction, All Seasons Fireworks, Pure Plumbing, Hanging by a Thread, a GNS Mechanical, along with the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund. Bottom of the first inning, Emma Block stepping into the circle. I mentioned this is definitely going to be the toughest lineup that Kyrah Gray has faced. Could say the same here for Emma Block, although she has gone up against some really strong lineups. When I did the Standish Sterling game earlier this year, Beal City won that game 15-10, but I'll say it all year, both pitchers pitched really well in that game. Last couple warm-ups. So we get ready to go. There's the throw down to second base from Beth Block behind the plate. Going to reset things defensively for everybody here for the Lady Aggies of Beal City. In the outfield, it's Thielen in right, Dodak in center, Fisher in left. Then in the circle, it's Emma Block. Behind the plate, it's Beth Block. First pitch is going to be high, ball 1 to Kyrah Gray. Then at first base, Hayden McLaughlin. At second, Lauren Gross. At short, Addie Sanders. And over at third, it's Ariana Brown. Feels safe to say it's girls' championship softball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network with these two powerhouses taking each other on. This one's going to be grounded towards short. Field, no, it's going to be ate up a little bit over there, so it's going to be an infield single for Kyrah Gray. And again, with her speed, she possibly could have beat that one out anyways. But now the leadoff runner is on for the Evart Wildcats here in the all-sports superstar, Miss Kyrah Gray. Now stepping to the plate is Kira Elder. She's playing behind the plate today. First one's going to miss to Elder, the catcher, wearing number 20. Kind of a jump away from Kyrah Gray at first, but a good job behind the plate by Block to keep her close. Same scenario here. That one's also going to miss 2-0 now, the count to Kira Elder. Madison Teat on deck, 667 hitter on the year. She leads the team in batting average. So it's going to be hit out towards the outfield. It's going to get down for a hit. Rounding second, run into third is Kyrah Gray. Heading into second is going to be Kira Elder. So you've already got runners on second and third for the Lady Wildcats of Evart, with Teat stepping to the plate. A great start for the Wildcats offensively. Runners on second and third. Still nobody down here in the top of the first inning. Here comes here comes the pitch. Runners on second and third. It's going to miss high to Madison Teat. Quincy Gray is on deck. 568 hitter. Again, when I talk about some of these batting averages of these two teams, they don't seem real, but just some powerhouse lineups here with Evart and Beal City. That one's going to miss 2-0 now, the count. It's an infield single from Kyrah Gray to lead things off, then a double from Kira Elder. They did a good job getting the ball back in to not allow Gray to come in from third. There's a swing and a miss. Actually, I'm going to say it was a foul tip, which it won't allow the runners to possibly advance. Again, with Gray's speech, probably could have came in from home there. 2-1 now, the count. Madison Teat. Nobody down. Runners on second and third for Evart. She's going to launch this one towards the outfield. It's going to get down. Fisher gathers it quickly, but 2 runs are going to come in. Now trying to head to second is Teat, and she will take the extra base as well. And so on the Spockman box score, we're just going to give her the 2 RBI double as she moves into second and brings in 2 runs. A great start for the Wildcats. They already lead it 2-0. Nobody down. Runner on second base. Quincy Gray now at the dish. Check swing. The official behind the plate checks out to second, and they did say that she went around. Quincy Gray steps back in. That one's down the middle for a strike. 0-2 now the count to the cleanup hitter for the Lady Wildcats. Here comes the 0-2. It's going to be hit towards second. Nice job by Lauren Gross getting a glove on it over to first in time for the out. Moving up to third base is Madison Teat with some good base running. So ground out to second there. Pretty dramatic one, though. It's a good play. Again, a nice job moving up to third by Teat. There's now one down here, bottom of the first inning, as Jillian Decker steps to the plate. She's also got a fantastic average, hitting .567 on the year. And some of those may seem a little bit ballooned because they really put it on. I believe it was Roscommon. They beat Roscommon 50-2 in their 2 games. High fly ball to the outfield. This could be trouble. It's up against the wall on the Madison cast sign. 1 run is in from third. At second with an RBI double is Jillian Decker. And what a start offensively for these Lady Wildcats of Evart. Teat is around to score. They have already got 3 runs in. Runner remains at second base for the Lady Wildcats. Still just 1 down here as Callie Smith steps to the plate. Down the middle for a strike. But coming into this game, if you're Emma Block, you know this is a powerhouse lineup. No issue giving up some runs to this team. Both teams come into this game averaging 12 runs per game. Out to second base. It'll get by Gross into the outfield. Another run is going to come in to score. It's going to be an RBI single for the Lady Wildcats of Evart as they go up 4-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. And still just 1 down. Now a runner at first base for the Lady Wildcats. Quick meeting of the minds on the mound after Callie Smith hits the RBI single to bring in Decker. The only out is the ground out to second base from Quincy Gray. And again, you go back to the first at-bat of the inning with Kyrah Gray and that last at-bat from Callie Smith. Technically, probably could have been outs. Again, the Spockman box score has got them ruled as singles. But again, in the official box score, they could be ruled errors. And so could be out of the inning here, possibly, if you are Beal City, with maybe only a run or 2 if it was clean play in the field. But instead, it's 4-0, just 1 down. Runner at first base with Allison Duncan heading to the dish for the Lady Wildcats of Evart. Block digs back in, taking on the third baseman. So it's going to be grounded towards second. Great play by Lauren Gross. Looks to get the lead runner. It's not there, so she turns to first and makes the out. That was a really nice play by Lauren Gross. Senior-type player right there in the field. The runner does move up to second, and Callie Smith. There is now 2 down. The runner on base here in the bottom of the first inning. Jordan Beamer, designated hitter, steps to the plate. She's going to look at the first pitch. It's there for a strike. And you're not going to hear me talk about locations much here, as our vantage point just doesn't necessarily give me that scenario here. Got a great view of all the play in the infield, but that's about all. Again, doing all we can with where we get set up here. And a big shout out to Evart. Beautiful facilities here. And I even told the athletic director, Ben Bryan, I says, I don't want to be directly behind the plate. I feel like that can be very, very distracting when things go quiet. You know, the pitcher-catcher can hear me talk along with the batter. Prefer to be, off base, or if you're up in the box a little bit. If that one will be fouled off, Beamer will stay alive with a 1-2 count. At second base is Callie Smith after she hit an RBI single. Able to move up. A 1-2 count. There's 2 down here, bottom of the first inning. Evart already with 4 runs across. Here comes the next pitch. Swinging this big-time punch out there for Emma Block to get the strikeout. But 4 runs come across for the Evart Wildcats. Due up for the Lady Aggies of Beal City it is going to be Ariana Brown, Beth Block, and Addie Sanders to see if they can get that offense going for the Lady Aggies. You're listening to high school softball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We're going to take a break and head back with the second inning right after this, see if the Aggie Bats can wake up. More softball action coming right up on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it on this Mid-Michigan Sports Network. 4-0 our score as we head to the second inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. A fantastic start offensively for the Everett Wildcats, putting up 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning. Ariana Brown leading things off here in the top of the second inning. First pitch is going to be ball 1. Takes a big cut at that second one. 1-1 now the count. Brown digs back in, batting from the right side, wearing number 10. The Aggie girls out here today in the white jerseys, the royal blue pants. This one smoked up the middle for a base hit for Ariana Brown. And so for the second straight inning, the Aggie girls have got the leadoff hitter on. Actually, she looks to take second base, and she's in there with the hustle, a double. Talk about Bill's custom fabrication of the game type stuff right there. Big time for Ariana Brown to take that extra base and consider, especially the pitcher you're going up against. Beth Block now digging in, batting from the right side, playing behind the plate here today. She'll take that first pitch inside ball 1. Yeah, much love to our friends, Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund, CNC Enterprises, Dance Again, Dress Consignment Shop, the Isabella Community Sportsplex. This one's going to be pop foul out of play. Also love Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Smith & Sons. The Beal City Village Store, Sydney's Judges Bench, Dog Central, Barry Funeral Home, A Boomer's Lawn Care, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, Almost Up North, Stitches for Britches, along with Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods. Big cut that time from Block. Now 1-2. Number 13, Beth Block at the plate. Runner on second base is Ariana Brown for the Aggies. She's going to foul this one off to stay alive. More love going out to our friends, Sydney's Judges Bench, Dog Central, Barry Funeral Home, Boomer's Lawn Care, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, Almost Up North, Stitches for Britches, Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods, Gross Farms, Brad Gross Electric, the Fisher Companies, along with Kenneth Egger at DDS. That one will just miss 2-2 now the count to Beth Block. 4-0. Everett with the lead. Top of the second inning, the Aggie girls threatening with the leadoff runner on second. That one's going to be on the corner for strike 3, the second punch out of the afternoon for Miss Kyrah Gray. Again, Gray is headed to pitch next year at Ferris State University for the Bulldogs. Now stepping in is Addie Sanders. Swings it away at the first one. 0-1 to count. One down, top of the second inning. Lady Aggies at the plate with a runner at second, down 4-0 to Everett. This one's going to be pop foul out of play, just over the dugout here, down the third or the first baseline. Hayden McLaughlin on deck, then Aubrey Thielen, and it's back to the top of the order. And he had the leadoff runner on in the first inning, leadoff runner on with a double here in the second inning. With a pitcher like Kyrah Gray, when you get these type of situations, you got to take advantage of it. Then again, easier said than done. A girl like Gray in the circle that you're going up against. Here comes the 1-1. Not able to catch up to that one was Addie Sanders. Count now 1-2. Well, actually, that was strike 3. Pardon me. That brings Hayden McLaughlin now to the plate. So back-to-back strikeouts now from Kyrah Gray after giving off that leadoff double. Talk about responding well Whew. McLaughlin digs back in, down the count 0-1. That one's going to be low, 1-1 the count. At second base is Ariana Brown. 2 down here, top of the second inning. Evart leads it 4-0. That one's going to be low. Great job behind the plate by Kira Elder to keep that one in front of her. Counts now 2-1 to Hayden McLaughlin. Gray ready in the circle. She winds and deals. Swing and a miss. Now 2-2 the count. And Gray with a chance to strike out the side. She's already struck out 3 batters here in this one. Looking phenomenal in the circle so far with Evart. And now playing with a 4-run lead. That's going to be low. 3-2 now the count to McLaughlin. Good take there in that situation at the plate from the senior. Gray ready with the payoff pitch here. This one's going to be a foul tip. Great job staying alive by McLaughlin. Aubrey Thielen is on deck. It's definitely a threat. Drop down the bunt, even if there's runners at first and third with 2 outs. He's got that type of speed. Brown ready to charge away from second. It's going to be on the inside corner for strike 3. Gray gets the call. That is her 4th punch out through 2 now. Yeah, the Aggie girls get a runner on, but they leave her on. So through 2 innings, they got a pair of hits. So they're able to get to Kyrah Gray, but once they get to her, she sends a message as she struck out the side after the leadoff double there from Ariana Brown. You're listening to Aggie Softball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network as we head to the bottom of the second inning. The Lady Wildcats lead at 4-0, and they have got the number 9 hitter, Sabrina Cutler. Then it's back to the top of the order with the very, very dangerous Kyrah Gray. Back with more Aggie Softball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We're going very, very quickly in this one. Sabrina Cutler takes strike 1 down the middle. Number 9 hitter batting from the left side, digs back in, swings away at this one. It's going to be fouled off. I'll run the count quickly to 0-2 here. Say it's the Aggies. It's the Wildcats. 4-0. Evart with the lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Number 9 hitter at the plate before they turn things back around. So it's going to be grounded towards third. Long throw for Brown. It's going to get away. That will allow the runner to move up to second base as well. The bottom of the second inning. Runner on second base, nobody out for the Evart Wildcats. Great start here to the half inning if you are Evart. And Chris Spockman down the first baseline, a dusty first baseline. High fly ball here. Dododak tries to gather underneath it. It will get down. Running all the way is Kyrah Gray. She'll be in with a double after Cutler has a single and moves up to third base. And so the second time, really, Gray has kind of put it in play. And again, the Spockman box score has got that one as a double, but it very well could have been caught in the outfield. But again, if I can't make the play, you're never going to hear me rule anything different. That now brings Elder to the dish. She doubled her last time up. Runners around second and third. She's going to send this one out to the outfield right at Aubrey Thielen. She makes the catch and looks to make the throw in home. It's going to go to the pitcher, but tagging up and scoring is going to be Cutler. And so now it is 5-1. Evart with the lead. And now 1 down here in the bottom of the second inning. Great sacrifice fly from Kira Elder as she picks up the RBI, driving in Sabrina Cutler. That'll now bring Madison Teat to the dish. Her first time at the plate. She had a 2 RBI double. 5-0 Wildcats with the lead here in the second inning. Teat at the plate. This lineup at the top of the order proven to be as dangerous as advertised, as that one is over the fence for a home run for Madison Teat. It is going to be a 2-run home run for the first baseman for the Everett Wildcats. And boy, talking with Coach Gray, he says they might be even better than they have been the last couple years, and it looks like it right now as they now lead it 7-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network in the second inning. 4 across into the first, 3 already across here in the second, and there is just 1 down. Stepping to the plate is Quincy Gray. Gray, a .568 hitter on the year. She's going to send this one to the outfield. It's right at Dodak, but at the fence, and so a fly out to deep center field. That's how softball goes sometimes if you're Quincy Gray, but I think she's feeling okay about how things are going right now as the Everett Bats are awake here in this late afternoon game. 7-0, they lead it here in the bottom of the second inning. Jillian Decker steps to the plate. She had an RBI double her first time up, eventually came around to score. First pitch is going to miss on the outside to Decker, 1-0. Callie Smith due up after this. Here comes the pitch from Block. That's going to be over for a strike, 1-1 the count. Decker kind of moved the bat for a moment like she wanted to take a swing at it. Pulled back, it was over for a strike regardless. Here comes the 1-1. This one also sent towards the outfield at Aubrey Thielen. She's going to catch it right up against the fence for the third out of the inning. But more runs put up from the Lady Wildcats. They score 3 on the sacrifice RBI fly from Kira Elder, and then the 2-run home run from Madison Teat. The Aggies got Aubrey Thielen, then back to the top of the order. They got to do something offensively. They want to come back in this one because, oh boy, Everett, the Bats are rolling right now. And again, Emma Block's doing just solid out there. There's been a couple plays that possibly could have been made. Again, the Spockman box score, it's always singles, it's always doubles, and it's always RBIs. But as far as earned runs go, Emma Block's probably got 3 or 4 out of the 7 are probably earned in an official box score. Top of the third inning, Aubrey Thielen, Dakota Dodak, and Madison Fisher due up. Brought to you by our friends, Woods Household Appliance, Weefrich Financial, Clark Modular Homes, and the Bird All-American Grill, sponsor of our post-game show after every game. The only place you'll ever find this guy post-gaming is the Bird All-American Grill in downtown Mount Pleasant. I highly recommend the Bird Burger, the Moon Bread. If you're in for something a little different, try that Sun Bread. It's got those red pepper flakes on it. So good. Just that little bit of spice that I like. So the Aggie girls have had the leadoff runner on in both half innings that they've been at the dish, but have not been able to make it happen. Dakota Dodak singled to start the first inning, was stranded at second. Ariana Brown doubled to start the second inning and was stranded there. After Brown got on, it was strikeout, strikeout, strikeout for the star Kyrah Gray in the circle. Thielen's going to take the first pitch for a strike. And these junior-senior girls for Beal City, the little bit of an advantage that they have going against this All-American type pitcher here is that they have at least seen her a bunch of times. Swing and strike there for Aubrey Thielen, count now 0-2. Right to the back of the circle, now to the middle. Elder's got the sign behind the dish. She winds the deals. That one will just miss low. But if you're going to miss, that's a fantastic location there from Kyrah Gray. 1-2 the count. Gray winds and deals. A swing and a miss for Thielen as she goes down on strikes. The 5th punch out here for Miss Kyrah Gray, and that is the 4th consecutive strikeout. Whew, boy. What a performance so far from Kyrah Gray. She scored a couple runs as well, but technically, again, I've got her as a single and a double, but you could say she reached base via error both times. But what she's doing in the circle right now, whew. 1-0 the count. Get a new softball here. Dodak singled her first time up. Was able to move up to second base on a sacrifice bunt for Madison Fisher, but was eventually stranded there. It's 7-0. Lady Wildcats with the lead. 1 down, top of the third inning. Dodek swinging for the fence on that one. 1-1 now the count. Dodek steps out, steps back in, batting from the right side. Kyrah Gray back in the middle of the circle, ready to wind and deal. This one's going to be sent towards short, and it's caught. What a catch over there by Decker as she brings that in for out number 2. That is a line out to shortstop. What a play from Jillian Decker to come up with that one. She was kind of falling down as she brought it in. Lost her balance, and as her elbow hit the ground, the ball may have popped up just a little bit, but she was still able to keep it in her glove for the out. What a fantastic play right there. That'll now bring Madison Fisher to the plate. Good movement on the first pitch as Fisher's kind of jumping out of the way, and it stays over the strike zone. 7-0. Everett with the lead. The Aggies have got to get something going here. Doesn't matter. It's 2 or 3 hits in a row with 2 outs, but they've had 2 hits so far through 2 2/3 against a really good pitcher, which isn't bad. The problem is that they've been able to put up 7 against you with their powerful offense. And I'll say it again, Emma Block's pitched just fine for the Lady Aggies. Been a couple mishaps behind her. This one's a grounder down the third baseline. It's going to go foul for Fisher. Count will remain 0-2. Senior left fielder steps back to the plate for the Lady Aggies. Lauren Gross is on deck. She popped out to shortstop her first time up. 7-0 score here in the third. Swing and a miss. It's going to be another punch out for Kyrah Gray. Make it 6 down on strikes here through 3 innings for the Lady Aggies. Again, they have got the capability to come back all in one fall swoop. But so far, Kyrah Gray is looking very, very good in the circle for the Lady Wildcats of Everett. Say time for a break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hopefully we got that full minute. We'll see if we're able to make it a full commercial break. High school softball, Mid-Michigan Sports Network, back with the bottom of the third right after this.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant.
Jenna Gates.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Bottom of the third inning. Pop out towards first base. Hayden McLaughlin gathers underneath it to make the catch. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the third for the Everett Wildcats. Nice for the Aggie girls. Get a quick out here to start an inning. We're in the bottom of the third. 1 down. Stepping to the plate is going to be Allison Duncan. He's going to take a strike down the middle. I guess I say down the middle. Again, I don't got the vantage point to really tell you if it was down the middle or not. But it's 0-1. Here comes the next pitch to Duncan. She's going to pop this one foul. That'll run the count to 0-2. We're in the bottom of the third inning. 7-0 Everett leads it over the Lady Aggies of Beal City. Everett coming into this game at 13-0, ranked number 6 in Division III. Beal City coming into this game at 6-2, ranked number 6 in Division IV. Here comes the 0-2. This one's going to be sent towards the outfield. Thielen closing in, and she makes a fantastic catch out in right field. So 2 up, 2 down for the Everett Wildcats. Beamer, who comes to the plate, she struck out her first time up. Maybe the Aggies need a 1-2-3 defensive inning to get things going offensively as well. Bottom of the third inning. 7-0 Wildcats with the lead as a designated hitter. Jordan Beamer steps to the plate. First pitch is going to be a strike. Playing in left field is Maddie Cass, kind of that DH outfield position. Those two making things up for that full spot. That one's going to be fouled off the backstop. Now the count's 0-2. Bottom of the third, Wildcats lead it 7-0. Got the number 8 hitter, Jordan Beamer, at the plate. Behind her is Sabrina Cutler, who's 1 for 1 on the day, also scored a run. That one's going to miss. Not a bad waste pitch there, though, from Block, trying to get Beamer to chase. Here comes the 1-2 from Emma Block. That one's going to be fouled off. Nice job by Beamer staying alive. Bottom 3. Everett leads at 7-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Much love. Bryce Optograph, Joe Wentworth, Praedom Realty, Robbins, Stressman, and Associates. This one's going to be sent towards short. Nice play from Addie Sanders over to McLaughlin in time for the out. So you get the 1, 2, 3 inning that hopefully the doctor ordered there as we head to the 4th inning. The Lady Aggies trail Everett 7-0, but hopefully they can get something going offensively. We're going to take another break. Be back with more Aggie softball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Beal City trails Everett 7-0. Back with more Aggie softball right after this.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Clark Modular Homes in Mount Pleasant are a one-stop shop from the buy, the build, and beyond with their fantastic service department. Stop in to see their selection and purchase options today on Pickard Road, or visit them online at modularhomesbyclark.com. Clark Modular Homes, supporting Mid-Michigan youth in and out of the classroom.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Lauren Gross stepping to the plate. First pitch is going to be over for a strike from Kyrah Gray. Swinging at that one, also missing. 0-2 now the count. I shouldn't say also missing, but took the first one, swinging at the second one. Top of the 4th inning. 7-0. Everett with the lead, and Gross is going to go down on strikes as well as Kyrah Gray continues her masterful performance in the circle. She has now struck out 7 Lady Aggies and only surrendered 2 hits through 3 1/3. This is a Beal City team that averages 12 runs per game. And those 12 runs have come against some really, really good pitching. First pitch will be inside to Emma Block. Block on the year, a .478 hitter. 1-0 the count. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to miss. 2-0. Got Emma Block, Ariana Brown, then Beth Block. Top of the 4th inning, 1 down for the Aggies. They're going to say, not a check swing. The block went around on that high heat. 2-1 now the count. Cleanup hitter at the dish for the Aggies. Empty bases. Top of the 4th inning, 1 down. He's going to send this one towards short. Not an easy play. Decker trying to get it over in time. It is in time for the out. What a play from Jillian Decker at short. It came in hot, so to catch it, hold on to it, she kind of had to bobble it a little bit, but did a really good job of not letting the ball go back to the ground before she was able to get control of it and throw it to first in time for the out. It's now 8 retired in a row for Kyrah Gray after giving off the double to Ariana Brown, who's now at the dish. First pitch is going to be a strike. Second one's going to miss, 1-1. And Brown capable of putting a run up here with 1 swing. Beal City just does need something to happen offensively to give them some confidence. Brown can't catch up with that high heat either. You think about, was it 5 of these seniors, I believe, for Beal City are going to the next level to play softball. That just tells you how dominant Kyrah Gray is. She's in the circle right now. She's retired 8 consecutive Aggie batters. She struck out 6 of those 8 as well. That's going to be strike 3, looking for Miss Ariana Brown. That'll bring us to the bottom of the 4th inning. Continuing to be absolutely dominant in the circle is Kyrah Gray. She has struck out 8 through 4. That is an average of 2 strikeouts per inning. When it comes to high school softball, you just don't see that. You just don't hear that. And then I'll say again that this is a lineup for Beal City that comes into this game averaging 12 runs per. That's through their first 8 games, averaging 12 runs per game. They are just absolutely phenomenal at the plate. But Kyrah Gray having a day as she has struck out 8. She's also scored 2 runs after an infield single and a double. And again, those could have possibly been errors. The official box score probably have it ruled as that. But as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, Sabrina Cutler is up to the plate, and then it's back to the top of the order with Gray, Elder, Teat, Quincy Gray, who have been fantastic. Kyrah Gray's 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Kira Elder has a double, a run scored, and a sacrifice RBI fly. And then Madison Teat has a 2-run RBI double, or a 2 RBI double, and a 2-run home run. And this one for Cutler is going to get through the infield for a lead-off single. So a runner on first base here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And that will bring Kyrah Gray to the plate. And she's technically, again, in an official box score, she might be 0 for 2 on the day, reaching via error. But I've got her in the Spockman box score as 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored. First pitch is going to miss high. Getting a great job there by Cutler. It's the second time she's led off an inning, reaching base both times, turning the order around for Gray. Gray shows bunt, pulls it back. They're going to say that missed as well, so now 2-0 the count. Good eye there by Gray, pulling back the bunt attempt. Take the ball. This one's going to be sent towards third. It's going to go foul. Sweet glove over there at third base from Ariana Brown to come up with that one. 2-1 now the count to Kyrah Gray. Again, she's been dominant in the circle, but is she more dominant at the plate? I don't know. A .659 hit around the year. That'll be there for a strike. 2-2 now the count to Kyrah Gray. 7-0. Everett with the lead. Again, block's been solid in the circle for the Aggies. A lot of high fly balls, a few that maybe, or a couple maybe that could have been caught. This one's up the middle for a base hit for Kyrah Gray. Having to stop at second is Sabrina Cutler. Maybe somebody got a glove on that one, but for the 3rd time today, Kyrah Gray is on base. You think about that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial. Always want to give it to the local player, but if Gray continues this performance, you might have to give the tip of the cap to the Lady Wildcat. Now at the plate is Kira Elder. That's going to miss 1-0. And now it's 7-0. There's nobody out here in the 4th. There's 2 runners on. If you are Beal City, you're now in danger of a possible mercy here, as that one's going to get away from the catcher, allowing the runners to move up to second and third for Everett. And so at the plate is Kira Elder. If she comes around to score, that would make it 10-0, and the Aggies would have to score in the top of the 5th inning. Otherwise, this one could be over very, very quickly. That one's going to be fouled off by Elder. Count now 1-2 to Kira Elder. On the day, she's got a double and a sacrifice fly for an RBI. With that speed of Cutler over at third base, she could definitely drive in a run with a high fly ball here to the outfield. She's going to take that one. Good eye. Count now 2-2. Much love to our friends, Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Also love to Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, The Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Weefrich Financial, Woods Household Appliance, Brad Malley Welding, and Malley Construction. That one's going to get away from the catcher. Carpenter is in to score from third on the pass ball. Moving up to third is Kira Gray. So now just a run around third, but a run comes across for the Lady Wildcats. It's 8-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Still nobody down. The number 2 hitter, Kira Elder, at the plate. Now a full count, 3-2. She's going to line it up the middle. Great play from Addie Sanders over to first in time for the out, but coming in to score is going to be Kyrah Gray, her 3rd run of the game. So again, I'm going to give the sacrifice RBI again there to Kira Elder. 2nd time she's kind of sacrificed an out, you could say, to make sure that run comes across. There's now 1 down, but 1 more run is in. It's 9-0. Everett with the lead at the dish with one down. Bases empty as Madison Teat. She takes the first pitch for a strike. And Weber Brothers Sawmill timbered the game. Again, you want to give it to one of the Beal City girls, but Teat, a 2 RBI double in her first plate appearance and a 2-run home run in her second plate appearance. So 2 for 2 with a double, a home run, and 4 RBI. That's a pretty good day. At the dish again, looking to do more damage. 9-0 Everett with the lead. Here comes the pitch from Emma Block. This one's going to be sent towards the outfield. It will be another hit for Madison Teat. Again, she came into this game hitting .667 on the year. She's now 3 for 3 on the day, so amazingly somehow she has improved that .667 average. Runner on first for Quincy Gray. First pitch, going to be low, 1-0. Gray's 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out to second base. It was a great play from Lauren Gross. Gray then flew out to left field, pretty much at the fence with Dakota Dodak catching it. And coming into this game, you look at that game changer, you look at this lineup and some of the scores that Everett's put up, and you wonder, was it the competition? No, it's not the competition. They are just this good. 13-0 on the year, number 6th ranked team in Division III, an absolutely loaded Division III. That one's going to miss to Gray. The count is now 3-0. Jillian Decker is on deck. She's 1 for 2 with an RBI double and a run scored. That one's going to be there for a strike. 3-1 now to Quincy Gray. 9-0 the score. Bottom of the 4th inning. 1 down. Runner at first base. That one's just going to miss. It's going to be ball 4 for Quincy Gray. Moving up to second now is Madison Teat. Now stepping to the plate is Jillian Decker. And again, if Decker drives in a run here and the Aggies don't score in the top of the 5th inning, we could be looking at that 10-run mercy rule, which if you ask me coming into this game, I would not have expected that. I would expect this game to be more a 15-10 like we saw in the Standish Sterling game. First pitch to Decker's going to miss 1-0. That was going to bounce up there. That will allow the runners to advance as well. So now runners on second and third with 1 down. Decker remains at the plate. Count is now 2-0 to Jillian Decker. And she's 1 for 2 on the day. She's also been great at her shortstop position for the Wildcats. That one's going to miss outside. 3-0 now the count to Jillian Decker. Callie Smith due up next. She's 1 for 2 on the day. Comes the next pitch. It's going to be hit up the middle for a base hit. That's going to bring in 2 runs. Decker's going to add to her RBI total there with a 2 RBI single, and it's now 11-0, and that's actually going to get away from first base, which is going to allow Decker to move up to second base as well. But 2 more runs are in for the Lady Wildcats. It's now 11-0. Evert in the lead and moving all the way up to third base as well was Jillian Decker. Some fantastic base running there from Decker. Callie Smith now steps to the dish. And now if you're Beal City, you have to score at least 2 runs in the top of the 5th inning against the superstar, Kyrah Gray. And just a great performance all around from these Lady Wildcats of Evert. Here comes the pitch from Block. It's going to be grounded towards third. Brown charges, makes the play. Throw not going to be in time coming back home. McLaughlin did a great job doing everything she could to try and make that throw home after the Aggies got the out. But it is 1 more run in for Evert. 12-0 now the score here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And he caught a sack RBI there for Callie Smith as well. Allison Duncan now to the plate. She's 0 for 2 on the day. She's going to take the first pitch for a ball. On deck is Jordan Beamer. After that is Sabrina Cutler, who led off this inning. It's 12-0 Lady Wildcats with the lead. 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Say, I have seen this Beal City Aggie squad score 10 runs in an inning, 8-9 runs in an inning. I'm going to say that one missed. 2-0 now the count to Duncan. 2 down, nobody on here. Top or bottom of the 4th inning. That one's also going to miss. Now 3-0 the count to Allison Duncan. 12-0, Lady Wildcats with the lead. Kyrah Gray has scored 3 runs, struck out 8 Aggies through 4. And the superstar for Evart has been as good as advertised in this one. Madison Teat at the plate has also been dominant. Here comes a high fly ball. Not an easy play for Lauren Gross. Into the grass she goes. It's going to get down for a hit for Allison Duncan. She's now 1 for 3 on the day. That'll bring Jordan Beamer to the plate. So you can hear the wind ripping. See the dust kicking up at the camera there a little bit as Beamer steps to the dish. Runner on first base for the Evart Wildcats. First pitch is going to be over for a strike. There's 2 down. It's 12-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Aggies got to get out of this bottom of the 4th and score at least 3 runs in the top of the 5th to keep this game going. It's going to be a single up the middle for Beamer. A fantastic inning continues for the Lady Wildcats, as now stepping to the plate for the 2nd time this inning will be Sabrina Cutler. You always talk about what you learn. I always ask the kids what you learn playing high school sports you can't learn in the classroom. These are those situations right here that you cannot duplicate in the classroom. You got a team that's batted around on you. You know you're a really good team as well, but things just aren't going your way. How are you going to respond? That one's also going to miss 2-0 the count. And again, I'll continue to give credit to Emma Block. She's pitching just fine out there in the circle. A couple more plays possibly could have been made defensively behind her. Again, it's 12-0. Take away some of the errors. Again, I look back at the Spockman box score. There is no errors, but take away a couple of errors. Probably could be 7-0 right now. Again, the Aggie girls had the leadoff runner on in the 1st inning and the 2nd inning, but it was a great job by Kyrah Gray responding in both of those situations to get out of those innings without giving up another run, let alone another base runner. 3-1 the count. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be hit towards short. Addie Sanders throw over to first in time to get the out, so that will get him out of the inning. The ground out to shortstop. But damage was done. 5 runs put up in that 4th inning. We are headed to the top of the 5th inning, due up for the Lady Aggies. It is going to be Miss Beth Block, Addie Sanders, and Hayden McLaughlin. If any one of them get on, Aubrey Thielen will come to the plate, and all of them need to get on because it's 12-0 Evart with the lead. If the Aggie girls don't score 3 runs here in the top of the 5th inning, that'll wrap things up for game 1 here. As you know, your boy only calls the 1 game of the 2. A lot of times, 2nd game doesn't necessarily get all the way finished anyways. If you play more than 4 innings, they will count that as a complete game. But here we go. The Aggies down to it. Kyrah Gray back in the circle. She has struck out 8 through 4. Again, you go back to the 2nd inning. It was a leadoff double from Ariana Brown. Since then, it's been strikeout, to end the 2nd. Then a strikeout to start the 3rd, a line out to shortstop, and a strikeout to end the 3rd. Then head to the 4th, strikeout, ground out to shortstop, strikeout. Kyrah Gray has been unbelievable in the circle for the Lady Wildcats of Evart as we head to the top of the 5th inning here. Aggie girls have got to get something going. First pitch to Beth Block is going to miss 1-0. Gray back on the rubber, winds and deals. The righty slings it up there. It's going to be fouled back by Beth Block. 1-1 now the count. Talk about the dominance for this squad. 13-0 are the Evart Wildcats. They have outscored their opponents 162-13 on the year. I'll say that again, 162-13. That's an average score per game of about 12-1. Trying to drop down the bunt there was Beth Block. It's going to be over for a strike. Block steps out, steps back in. Gray back into the middle of the circle. Another punch-out opportunity here. And it is another swing and a miss. 9 strikeouts now for Kyrah Gray. And from the dugout, they've kind of got the Super Mario Brothers doop sound going every time there is a punch-out. What a day for Miss Kyrah Gray. She struck out 9. She scored 3 runs. Now at the plate is Addie Sanders. struck out her first plate appearance back in the second inning. One down, top of the fifth inning. The Aggies possibly down to their last couple outs here in the fifth. That one's going to miss. 1-1 now the count. Gray ready to work. She winds and deals. High fly ball out towards center field. It's going to be caught by Quincy Gray. That's probably the hardest hit ball of the day against Kyrah Gray, but it just so happens to be at Quincy Gray up against the fence, and now possibly the final out that the Aggies are down here to. Do or die time with Hayden McLaughlin stepping to the dish. She's got to do anything she can to get on base, try and continue to move things along. And now if you are Evart, you're starting to think, are we really going to have a chance to mercy Highland Conference rival in 5 innings? Something does not happen very often. Next pitch from Gray. Another swing and strike there for McLaughlin. 1 strike away for Kyrah Gray from ending this one. She could also get herself to double-digit strikeouts as well. 12-0 the score here. Top of the 5th inning. The Aggies in desperation mode now. That one's going to miss 1 and 2. If you get McLaughlin and Thielen on, you will turn it back to the top of the order for Dodak, and that is where the Aggies could do some big-time damage here in the 5th. Gray back into the circle. Ready with the 1 and 2. And it will be a swing and a miss, and that will do it. The 10th strikeout for Kyrah Gray, and that will end the game 12-0. What a fantastic performance from Miss Kyrah Gray in the circle to end this one in 5 innings. She also gets it done at the dish with Madison Teat as well. Whew, boy, what a performance from the Evart Lady Wildcats. Again, this is one of the best teams in the state in the Lady Aggies, but the Wildcats and Kyrah Gray just had a fantastic performance in this one to win it 12-0 in 5 innings. We're going to come back with our Bird All-American Grill postgame show right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Mike Stanton, and I'm honored to represent the Marilyn Chapman Memorial Fund, created to honor Marilyn's legacy of generosity, compassion, and commitment to our community. At its core, our mission is simple: to support our youth, remove barriers, and create opportunities for kids to grow, compete, and succeed, both in their community and in the game of life. We are incredibly excited to support the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. They do an outstanding job highlighting student athletes, local schools, and the power of teamwork, shining a light on the hard work and dedication that is often overlooked. This partnership allows us to celebrate not just wins on the field, but character and leadership along the way. At the end of the day, it's about investing in our youth, strengthening our communities, and carrying forward Maryland's spirit of giving. To learn more about the Marilyn Chapman Memorial Fund and the events we support, find us on Facebook by searching Marilyn Chapman Memorial Fund. Go Blue Jays.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582. Malley Construction in Mount Pleasant are experts in residential and commercial construction. From poured walls, flat work, pipe work, and road work, Malley Construction does it all. And they are Michigan Department of Transportation pre-qualified. Malley Construction is family-owned and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates thanks the coaches and officials who put in the time to help student athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-620-6595. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, The Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at The Diner. Join them every Friday night till 7 for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant. Hiring a cleaning service doesn't mean you're lazy. Martinez Cleaning knows it means you value your time and want to come home and relax and not worry about the mess. Martinez Cleaning allows you to do just that. Come home and relax to a nice clean home. Schedule your appointment and learn more by visiting Martinez Cleaning on Facebook or call today at 989-289-8615.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Not the result that your boy wanted here with the Everett Wildcats winning it 12-0 in 5 innings. Mercy action here against our Lady Aggies of Beal City. But when you get a pitcher who is as good as Kyrah Gray, boy, did she make it happen, striking out 10 Aggie batters through 5 innings. So think about that. There's 15 outs. She got 10 of the outs without the ball being put in play. Absolutely fantastic. Also at the dish, she reached base all 3 of her plate appearances. Again, a couple of those could have been via an error. She came around to score all 3 times, and so I want to give many accolades as I can to our local kids, but sometimes you got to tip the cap. Our Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial. Miss Kyrah Gray just shutting down that Aggie lineup, striking out 10 of the 15 outs that happened for Everett. And as I look back, say, as a leadoff single for Dakota Dodak, Ariana Brown doubled. After that, nobody reached base. After the first batter of the second inning reached base with a double for Ariana Brown, that was it. That was it. Struck out the side in the second, struck out a pair in the third, struck out a pair in the fourth, and struck out a pair in the fifth. Kyrah Gray, our Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial for a dominant performance in the circle and also scoring 3 runs as well. But I've also got to give another tip of the cap. Well, I almost want to say a couple of these Lady Wildcats from Everett. Jillian Decker had an RBI double in the first inning, had a 2 RBI single in the fourth inning, but Madison Teat, what a day for her. A 2 RBI double in the first inning, a 2-run home run in the second inning, a single in the fourth inning. She came around to score all 3 times as well. And so Madison Teat is going to be our Mumford Oil and Gas Supply drill of the game. J&J Auto Collision Report, along with our Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game. 12-0 our final. The Aggie girls now 6-3 on the year, but still 0 Division IV losses, where they will be playing in the MHSAA playoffs, and a huge, huge threat to go a long, long way. Chris Bachman signing off till tomorrow. We'll be back at Mount Pleasant High School tomorrow with our Barberry Law Studios, built by Conwinski Construction, for some Mount Pleasant Oiler baseball as they take on Midland Dow. And then Friday, we are going to be down in Ithaca as the Ithaca girls take on, I believe it's Saginaw Valley Lutheran in Tri-Valley Conference action. Our final here, Everett wins it 12-0 in 5 innings over the Lady Aggies. They're now 14-0 on the year and continue